So this is the record of pretty much every single bullet journal I've ever owned. I think it began in 2019. Needless to say though, my skills have developed exponentially. I think my first ever actual bullet journal was this one right here. I'm not gonna lie, I was debating on quitting, but then I realized that my life is literally falling apart if I don't bullet journal, so here we are. Okay, I went for the same green that I did last year, but this time there's gold on the sides, which I really like. I always go for Sequs. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but it's spelled S-E-Q-E-S. And I just love their products, man. Big fan. But yeah, have fun watching this. Okay, I'm aware that it's been a really long time since I made a bullet journal video, partly because I kind of gave up on November and December because there was too much going on with college apps and applying and a bunch of other stuff that I really don't want to get into right now, but I'm so back and I'm so happy for that. I definitely realized that I want to do a bunch of different stuff this year when I bullet journal. I definitely want to be more experimental and treat it more like a scrapbook and not care if it looks ugly because it's my bullet journal and I shouldn't really care. Even though I do want it to look good relatively. I want to add more stuff with junk journaling and just keeping receipts and wristbands and stuff like that. I just want it to be like a time capsule from the year 2025, and I realized that I did try doing that a couple of years ago, like pretty much every single bullet journal, and I always say I'm gonna do it, but it doesn't really end up happening. I think it's because I treat it like it's just a book that holds all my to-do lists, and that there's nothing wrong with that obviously, but I want to treat it more like it's my go-to book. Like every time I need to, every time I want to do something or I want to write something down, I feel like that should be the book that I always go to. I'm not saying that I completely failed at making it like a time capsule from that year, because last year, I remember looking back at the spreads I did last year before I was creating my 2025 setup, and I was reading like all the little notes I left behind, and it did feel like a time capsule. I did feel like I was brought back to that, and I think that was interesting, and I want to feel that same way for this year too. I just want to have like every single aspect of my life into, just poured into this book. Okay, so right now I'm writing out the dates for all the calendars, and I kid you not, I think this is the worst part of making like a yearly setup because it's so tedious and time consuming. I think I definitely got the dates wrong a couple of times, but I didn't care enough to go back and white out and use whiteout and fix it, so I just left it. Yeah, I don't think it'll affect me that much in the future, hopefully not. On this page right now, I'm doing a quote that says "Que sera, sera." It's a Spanish quote, and it's from the song by Doris Day, and I just think the entire premises of that song is so beautiful. It's just like at different points in your life, you're always gonna ask people or your mom or your grandmother, like what's gonna happen, and they don't know, and it's just like the future is the future. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, but like that's the beauty of it. So yeah, I just thought it was really fitting for the new year. And on this page, I'm just doing a bunch of pictures of all the people that made 2024 so great, and their membership has been renewed for the new year. I love you guys. Anyways, this is the final flip through for the 2025 setup. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!